And I think Medusa, like, the thing we've been criticizing him about is his involvement in early kills, right? Not really being able to find his spacing, but he has been farming a lot.
Yeah.
And that is exactly what you should do as a Medusa anyway. And we've seen on Palantimos, as you mentioned, another Eastern European Medusa player, how powerful that Medusa is right now if you just get those items. So yeah, I favor KBU here, definitely.
Yeah, and I think what is a fair assessment is I kind of liked him in Tour 1 in East Europe. We didn't like him in Tour 2 of NA.
Mm.
In between Tour 2 and Tour 3, Arc broke the highest GPM ever on a non-alchemist hero, which in this case was on Medusa, with 1255 GPM. So the
That'll do it.
highest before that, actually, sorry, it was also the most last hits on any hero in this patch. 1,418 last hits. So this was a long game.
Woof.
That's like it's fourth most all time on Medusa, most in this patch, and the highest GPM ever. So he's been showing up. I think he's
Mhm.
taking some of that flack and turned it as an advantage for himself. But he's the one getting tossed right now. As Aframoosh is gonna grab the snake
Oh,
lady.
such a
Medusa
slow
throws out
snake.
the snake, but it's not gonna save his life, and it's gonna be Nico going for the first blood here. Goes for simply TOOBASED.
And the first ride on Tiny Airlines has been given. Like, this is. He's going to be doing this all game, ladies and gentlemen. Very
Gotta
much looking forward to it.
Gotta do what you're strong with. Looking at the warding as well, they've put 2 aggressive wards towards the bottom half of the map. Really want to see the Ember Spirit movements. Also, the action rune is going to be very important for the Pango. Wouldn't say it's not important for the Ember Spirit, but I really feel like Nico, if he gets a good action rune on the Pangolier, say a haste rune that would allow him to make a quick move onto the other lane. If you see the Ember Spirits moving to bottom, you've already got the info. You can go there. There's the Radiant Ward by KBU also placed on the top side of the river. So if you make mirror movements, might work in their favor.
And I think that here in the matchup versus the Ember Spirit, he's going to have a decent time. You have enough wave clear with your 2 spells. It's actually very hard for Ember Spirit to push you back with his Flame Guard, but you will have to keep up your bottle charges because you have no way of taking off the Flame Guard, and that will eventually wear you down.
Yeah, the only downside here with the Pango is he can never break the Flame Guard with his second spell. So if you have a level 2 Flame Guard, he has a level 2 Shield Crash, that guard is going to stay up because it's just
Yep.
quite not enough damage.
Yeah, and especially not now that it's percentage based, right? He already wasn't good enough when the Flame Guard was straight up. All the damage you deal magically
Yeah,
gets absorbed, but now definitely not anymore. And a bunch of like magic based heroes don't do it anymore either. It's actually quite hard to take that off nowadays.
it definitely is. Laning stage, otherwise, starting off pretty calmly, at least for the early moments here. And we're looking for
Ooh,
a potential
nice.
ward here in the bot lane
Sorry.
as they actually get the kill on Aframoosh here. Missed that one,
Yeah.
but you can talk us through.
Yeah, sorry, I should have pushed. I was just watching, fascinated,
All
because
good.
the Dawnbreaker came in from the side and Aframush tossed her back. But in doing so,
Ah,
he actually put himself into the path of another Starbreaker, unfortunately.
that was a bit unexpected, yeah. I wasn't expecting any kill to happen in the bot lane. Yeah, momentarily, everything looks good. Oh, he's dead. Like,
I thought she was toast, but such a tanky hero.
yeah, Dawnbreaker is very good in the laning stage. Like, if you know how to play this hero, your level 2 is, 1, scary. There's a lot of damage. Aframush actually looking for Realm here. Doesn't quite get the toss on the Medusa. Could have loved some poke for the DP. Make that lane just a tad bit easier for Paradise.
And really all Aframush has to do here is to keep the heat off of Paradise, because Paradise will naturally push the wave into the Medusa. She does not like last sitting on the tower. She's not that good for his ranged heroes in general. A lot of her harass depends on that Mystic Snake, right? And a ranged hero will usually always dodge that. So they will have a good time here if Aframush keeps up the pressure onto the +5.
So another interesting factor is Annihilate does end up taking a lot of damage from the Pangolier, but all spells on cooldown. Ember will live through the burst. Is taking a look at the Simply 2-based carry player, Aaron. He used to play for Team Czech Republic back in IESF. I remember casting maybe 1 or 2 of IES tournaments, but I don't think I was on that one because I honestly don't remember seeing him, but he did play with ex-Hippomaniacs players. They're all pretty familiar. Bottom, though, they're going to be finding onto Aframoose. Let's take this one first. Tiny is low, but Realm, no Snake off cooldown. Couldn't quite get the slow. That could have actually been the kill. It, however, Annihilate about to drop. Nico will get it under the tower, so this Pango does win the 1v1.
Excellent job from him, and yeah, I don't think Annihilate was happy to take the point in steering chains already, but he kind of had to in order to avoid getting killed earlier. And now he loses almost a full wave to that tower. He loses the rune refill here to Nico as well. That's all pretty painful. This Pango is not actually going to be hurt when he comes back. Oh no.
Battle to the end for the Dawnbreaker, and the Snake's going to get the last hit, so I guess that's pretty worth, actually, Medusa getting the kill. You're happy to trade your Dawnbreaker's life as Realm was able to follow up for a last hit, and that exactly happens. And it's a solo kill as well, because the Dawn was dead by the time the DP falls.
Very good news for Realm here, who is unfortunate.
Tiny
yeah, he's
one of the only heroes who's able to do that.
And I like this skill build from Realm, because what he's doing is he's holding his points to just go split shot later on. You don't actually need any points in Mana Shield in this lane, unless you get really threatened. So he's just holding them, skilling into the Mystic Snake for the lane presence, and yeah. There we go.
One in each. Good with that. Snake connection onto the DP. That's already half of Paradise's HP pool gone. Has to use the Siphon for it. Avalanche also comes out. Toss is going to be there too, and they're going to commit to this. Snake onto the raindrops, so Paradise doesn't end up taking any damage on the Dawnbreaker. Might have to use her second spell as an escape mechanism. Meanwhile, MMR Tourist, aka Sunlight, able to take down Empyrean in the top lane. And of course, actually Nico does.
Pango's bot.
Oh, Pango actually made bot. I was wondering if that happened in the mid lane, but no, Realm hiding in the trees, and he's going to eventually be found by Nico with the Rolling Thunder. Warden does a decent amount of damage onto the Pangolier. The Cookie's going to be there as well, and Nico will be the one falling instead, and Realm lives throughout of all of this. Medusa getting all the backup that she needs.
That was a miscalculation and a half. He thought he'd have the mana to swash out after he cancelled out there.
Oh,
but
late tip, but we'll take it.
You know, get your last hits first. Secure what matters, and then, you know, get a little dig in. And that's a disastrous first rotation for the Pango. Even though Annihilate nearly gets kicked out of mid here by Empyrean as well. That's... yeah. He's actually caught up again.
Yeah, Dawnbreaker doesn't quite get the stun connection there. But fighting for the 6-minute rune, Aframoose is going to drop to the Warden and Annihilate. Remnant quickly out from Nico. Empyrean looking for the blast. Annihilate unable to dodge this one. Take a bit of damage out of that. Now also the Faceless Void getting himself a solo lane versus the DK. Should be able to start catching up on farm as well. His tower's soon going to start taking damage as the DK hits level 6. So that's also something that Simply TOOBASED might want to play around. Do they want to rotate to the top lane? They've got the heroes. They've got the answers to kill this DK early on.
Absolutely, especially if they're prepared to just throw down the Chronosphere. He is totally dead, but
it just kind of, yeah.
Want to.
Kind of just adds up to the fact that do you want to pressure the Medusa more, or do you want to protect your tower while killing a DK? Like, what do you find more worth? And the Cookie's down on 2. Paradise in the middle, getting burnt up. There we go, and a double goes straight for the Dawnbreaker, burning one and hammering down another, while Nico does come in with a swashbuckle. Does a decent amount of damage here on the Dawnbreaker, though. Hiding in the trees, throws in the hammer. Could teleport. Not gonna go for it. Nico will finish this one off, and they found Realm.
What have the damage though? Nico's low on mana. He has stick charges.
Oh, there's a third one coming. That's going to be the DP. Aframoose looking for the toss, but does he toss a creep instead? Or the Pango? That can also happen. And here comes Annihilate. Coming for the snipe. Oh, he's actually not going to go in.
And the question has been answered, by the way, because in all of this hubbub on the bottom lane, Sunlight did in fact pop the Dragon Form. He did put Aaron very low, and Faceless Void, as good as he is with his sustain normally, can't really do anything for damage over time with this DK. So either they break through this bottom tower, which does not seem likely as Paradise goes down again, or you just lose your top to this lone DK. And Aaron is pinging. He wants it. He's like, where's the TPs, guys?
Yeah, like, I've got Chrono. We could kill this guy. Just need a bit of extra damage for it. Empyrean going for the body blocks. As Afromush is going to be arriving. There's the Dragon Tail stun onto the Tiny. And Aaron is going to have to wait with that Chronosphere. Doesn't want to use it unless he absolutely has to. There's going to be a toss of the creep on top of the DK. Doesn't really need much for that. They've done a kill on Nico in the mid lane at the same time. As this DK is just buying space and time. He's inside the tree. Sunlight looking for the TP out. The Chrono. Nothing being used. He's out of there. They just killed the Pango in the mid lane. And this DK gets out scot-free.
Oh, there goes TOOBASED's entire lead, by the way. They were 1,000 gold ahead, which is not that much, but it's pretty decent before the laning stage is over. And instead it's flipped towards the other side. Top 3 cores with the highest farm are now all on KBU, which was not the case 2 minutes ago. That's a big swing for this early.
Pretty big escalation in terms of now you've... This Medusa's just been farming. Realm is getting bigger. KBU knows exactly if we can make these moves happen around the map. It is these small things that the DK does, which opens up the game for the Medusa to carry later on. As long as she's uninterrupted, well, simply TOOBASED recognize the fact that, yeah, we got to do something. Paradise is getting ganked again. This time, we've got the Ember Spirit joining in on the fun.
Boy.
The slow is going to be there. There's a lot of backup arriving, but this DP looks to be dead before anybody can arrive on time. The Siphon does a lot of work, but there we go. It's going to be down. Empyrean coming in. Nico is also going to be there. The Rolling Thunder does come out. Medusa slowed up. Dawnbreaker coming in as well, but they're also healing up the Medusa and going straight for the Pugna. Mortimer's Kiss is coming in from the side as well. Going to be burning down Empyrean. Afram is going to get burnt up as well. Forced away. Nico goes for the swashbuckle to disengage. And KBU... again, another kill, actually 2 in their way, as simply TOOBASED just ends up biting dust.
And the top tower goes down right now. So
And
that's
top tower down, yeah.
big wins for them. Like, this Death Prophet is supposed to be mirroring this DK, right? Getting level 6, putting pressure on that bottom tower, either team fighting with her ultimate there, or getting that tower down without any interference. But because of all the action here, she's got her level 6 late. She was interrupted just now, and she might just get interrupted again. I don't think that KBU necessarily needs to let this tower go at all.
I don't think so either. DP is also level 6. Dawnbreaker is a +5 level 6 right now. You're going to need a lot of heroes to pressure to take this tower down, but that also leaves mid completely open. But I think KBU also knows that there's the threat of the Chrono, which can be very fatal for them, even if it's not the Chrono that does the damage. So that's something on the minds of KBU as well. You can't just hard commit to the mid tower, even if we see 4 heroes in bottom, because if they rotate, that's a whole nother thing. And they're going to go for the dive. Dawnbreaker being chased into the tree line. Nico and Aframush going to be on top. They're just going to be happy to sack the support. That does open up the tower. They're pinging the Faceless Void in the mid lane, though. Snapfire coming in from the back. Realm's going to be there as well. Early damage. Goes for the quick jump. Snap probably just going to snipe the courier instead. And Annihilate is here to protect the tower by himself. He's doing a lot of damage here with the Slate. Aaron's courier just gets sniped, and now that ward also runs out. The bottom tower is still alive. DP's dying. DP's dying. 40 HP. Annihilate just needs one more hit.
No,
the slows are there, though. Might actually have to go for Remnant Jump, but there's no time for it. He got baited in, and he's dead.
He baited himself there. That is unfortunate. That looked so tempting, but yeah. I was hoping he'd make his rotation while the Dawnbreaker was still alive, but it was too dangerous before everybody would backed off of the tower again, and now they will lose that bottom tower. Look at this.
Second glimpse on that. He was like, well, almost calculated. Just needed like one more Searing Chain stick for the kill. And it's like, I want this kill. Slate misses. You can see it went on cooldown. There was no target to hit. I mean, you could have kind of at that point just used a Remnant and committed for it for hard, but he's going to go in again. And Empyrean down to 22 HP. Remnant jump onto the side. Doesn't quite find the Pugna, but this one should seal the deal. That's going to be one. Paradise dropping low as well, as the Dawnbreaker is there to isolate them. Nico charges right on top of the Ember Spirit. The Rolling Thunder is coming off right now, but not even needed. They don't even need it for the damage. And now they're going to die for the Dawnbreaker. Look for the tower kill at the same. Dawnbreaker going for some dodging moves here with the hammer jump. Able to dodge the Rolling Thunder. And here's the swashbuckle into the crit swarm. And the tower falls as well. But in the mid lane, they're also dealing damage. And they did kill the Faceless Void. So that's a carry dead while that was all happening. And KBU is going to look for a tower trade in the mid lane.
Still, losing the Ember Spirit again there is pretty painful. Even if they're getting a good trade for it. you'd kind of hope that he just spends some time there,
Right.
gets the right, because this is his second to last remnant.
Look at the minimap at the same time. Look at where
Yeah.
the Faceless Void is lying. He's farming an easy camp while this battle is going on. He's showing
Last
himself,
remnant.
and then he's just gonna get blown up. This Faceless Void went from 100 to 0 inside one stun, while the Remnant jumps from an Ion just trying to buy some time for himself, trying to look for some moves. It will take down the Dawn. They take a kill, making it a 2+1 for both teams. The one being the tower falling, because this one is surely done. Glyph is out in 0.001 seconds.
Yeah, and it's a hard decision to make, right? Because as long as the Ember Spirit is engaged on bot, you know that the Faceless Void will have no backup, even under his tier 1 tower. That's normally the highest priority tower in the game. Like, Simply TOOBASED will want to come back to defend both that tower and that kill. But fair's fair, Ionite does keep him tied up down there, and they have no time to think about what else is happening on the map while he's zooming in between them. Even if he stands no chance of actually getting a kill there, he kept him busy for precisely long enough for that to happen.
Yeah.
I just wish it was any other hero than him, you know, because that's two deaths in a row.
Yeah, exactly.
Feels bad.
There's definitely a lot of rough kills already in this game, so I feel like this is already utter chaos. The only unkilled hero so far is the DK. So Simply TOOBASED, I think they did the right move. Let's ignore the DK. Let's put our pressure onto the Medusa. Sadly, hasn't really paid off for them because Medusa's 5-1-4. Like, that's not the start you were hoping for this game.
They basically, well, I don't want to say fed her, but they definitely
but that's what they did.
Down towards the open maw, yes.
This is exactly what wasn't supposed to happen, happened.
What can you do, though? She'll get big no matter what. And especially once you lose this mid tower, it's going to be that much harder to actually get smokes together to move into the enemy triangle there, because you have no good TP points left to go there. The best will be your own outpost, and depending on how the opposing team actually deals with grabbing your jungle and colonizing it, you might never be safe to use that point.
Colonization in Dota. 13-10. We got 23 kills in 13 minutes. Might as well take a quick look at the graphs as well, as we have a moment's pause. And I'll say a moment because I'm pretty sure hell's going to break loose any second. Again, as Empyrean smokes up with Nico, they have the Diffusal Blade on the Pango, which they had in the previous engagement in the bot lane. Warden sleeping here.
Big damage.
Yep. And out of there with the Tumbler Toy. Easy kill. Pango Diffusal Blade.
Yeah,
Scary.
it's such a big power spike, and especially the Medusa is going to have to pay a lot of attention to his position, because if he's near right now, she can definitely not fight.
Fighting for the action rune is going to be an illusion one picked up by the DK. Aframush gets slowed up by the snake as soon as he goes for the avalanche, and there we go. Blink stun from the DK. Healing battery from Empyrean will keep the Tiny alive, but that also opens up the Dawnbreaker to dive in deep. But Aaron is going to be here. Chrono is ready. There we go. Nice one, catching two. Three, actually, because the DK got pushed into it as well. Dawnbreaker taking a lot of damage here, dropping very low. And Warden doesn't have Mortimer's Kisses. It actually doesn't have any abilities of cooldown. Relv keeping them away, though, and here comes Annihilate. Looking for the damage, looking for the kills. He wants something. Who's he going to grab? Empyrean's going to be one. Aframush is the one to fall first. And there we go. The Slate of Fist will grab a second. Aaron spotted in the jungle. Or not. Just outside of vision. So Annihilate doesn't actually see the Void farming there. It's going to be a 2-for-2 trade in the end.
Yeah, and Realm immediately proving you wrong there. Like, because the Medusa, she can't fight indeed, but she can stand her ground. And you can see how Realm there took care to never step, like, even a single scale off that high ground. And that's what makes the fight so hard to take for Simply TOOBASED. Even after the Chrono comes out, they can't quite reach up there to actually do the damage without overextending. The entire choke point is occupied by that Chrono. They can't move up, so as soon as the Chrono is off, they have to back up. They can't see it there.
Stun. Oh, there was a bigger target in the trees, though. Didn't know about it, but it's a kill still coming out from the smoke. If they just saw the Pango, that would have been a massive.
Not sure if there's damage to kill him, though. Yeah. This is still a DK with just a Blink Dagger.
Don't say just when you have the snap with you, but yeah, even if you try to save with the Decrepify, then you start taking damage from them. Mortimer's Kisses. Probably what they were looking for as well, like Blink stun into Mortimer's and start burning up the targets. Only thing is, you've only got 2 stuns, you've got to kill them during. Otherwise, you're just going to Rolling Thunder your way out of there.
Exactly.
And DP has to rush BKB. Had a rough game, has had a really hard game of the DP, but rushing BKB is the best option you can go for.
Yep. Gonna protect you versus pretty much everything that KBO puts out except for the Medusa. But Realm has shown that he's not afraid of actually turning up, and that's one of the few targets where Paradise is going to have trouble with. Doesn't actually siphon that much life off of Medusa. So much of her tankiness comes from her mana pool. You don't get any bonuses for that. And another
5-man smoke. They definitely want to use this timing. There's no Maelstrom on the Faceless Void, though, so a bit surprising he's joining the smoke. I'm pretty sure he just wants to farm. Are they sitting? They're setting up a bait. They're setting up a bait. So he shows himself in the lane. Everybody else is TPing in. This is definitely a plan, simply two bases. I'm going to bait in the lane. You guys back me up. Medusa is dangerously close to the fray.
She's half health as well.
She's gonna get located. Empyrean's gonna be there. Medusa's gonna get the warning signs, and more people showing up. So that ward is gonna show the whole smoke gang. And the blink in from DK, saving onto the tiny Ortimus Kisses, doing a nice amount of damage. Aphromush will be the one to fall first, and that's gonna be simply two-based, already losing a member of their team. Aaron, looking for the chrono, jumping in, has three, has the Medusa. The mana shield's gonna be burnt down. Exorcism gonna be blown up as well. Rel about to fall, 200 HP.
Oh, she's
just
gonna
a little
live.
bit more. The stuns are there, but the jump coming from Aaron, and they're gonna get the kill onto Rel. Yes, they will. Nico getting this one. Paradise will fall as well. Another connection onto the Dawnbreaker. They're still burning down the ground, and DK will be falling. Nico with a double kill. Empyrean getting burned up as well, but they will take down the Pugna. Now Nico in the middle. They got the chains on two. Iron Eye getting this done out as well. Beautifully taking another Void, but it's a 1v3. Going to be going for a triple kill. This could potentially even be a chance for an Ultra, or maybe even a full-on Rampage for the Pango, because he's got what he needs in Aphromush. He's going to steal it. You're not going to get anything. Maybe an Ultra kills all you're going to be getting out of this one, because I stole the one you wanted. Technically a Rampage for the Pango already on the first day, but it is an Ultra kill. It is nevertheless a team wipe, and simply two base come out stronger.
That was so close, though. I was very sure that the DK would come in with a blink and save the Medusa there, but he was otherwise occupied. Very good spread out there from two base to actually make sure that DK actually went in.
Good focus. They have really good focus onto the Medusa, and I think KBU just called it basically, okay, you're dead. We're not coming to save you.
Absolutely.
They do get a couple important targets down because they did kill 4 heroes, one of them being the Faceless Void. Double stun, I mean, actually the root into the cookie stun. Scatter Blast is, that's like 1/3 of your Void's HP pool anyway. So Aaron is going to need some HP in the end, or maybe just go straight for the BKB. And I think simply two base, when they hit these BKB timers, they're going to be very hard to deal with.
They will, yeah. You're basically relying on the physical damage in your lineup at that point, and that is Medusa. And she's it. She's going to get a little bit of help because you have an Ember Spirit spreading the minus armor from the Orb of Corrosion around, which is a really good early damage boost for Medusa, having somebody with AoE minus armor. But still, she's not at her damage items just yet. It's finishing up a Skadi right now. No Palantimos style crit sticks just here.
You need to outlive the BKBs. That's kind of the game plan here. The more stats on the Medusa, you can then start filling it with damage, because magic immunity is a weakness for them. But as soon as that wears out, I feel like they're going to be very, very strong. So I can understand Realm still wanting to go for the Skadi Manta. Plus his timing is going to be good, so no need to go all in risk with the damage.
And he knows that they're going to want to take him down. They've been focusing him before. And if they focus all of their damage onto him, there's other damage-dealing targets here, especially Annihilate, who will happily slide the fist around the fight as long as the damage is focused on the Medusa.
First 20 minutes played, 38 kills. This is the NA I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Good to see good chaos, good action from both teams. Couple mistakes here and there, but hey, that's Division 2 for you. If you're looking for Tier 1 Dota, get out. I mean, just literally close the stream or just leave the game from Dota TV. This is Division 2. It is imperfect for a reason, because we goddamn love the action that these players and these teams put in every night when they come to show up, when they come to play. They're here to learn. They're here to get better. And one day have a shot at playing in Division 1, and one of these teams has already been there. Maybe you get to play at an international event. Maybe you get to play at TI at some point. You got to start somewhere. Team Spirit wasn't built in a day, by the way, if you did not know that.
Definitely not.
Smoke, though. See what they can get with this. They're hoping to find a farming Medusa in the triangle. It's actually going to be a strolling Ember Spirit. Aphromush with the blink could actually just go in. But they need Aaron to follow up.
Now.
But they could just chrono this guy right here.
They don't want to. They
Oh,
don't want
towards
to.
the BKB. Oh, Nico, nice play there with the blink. Doesn't quite get the connection though. Medusa forced out. The BKB is about to run on Annihilate. What can you do? There's the jump. The first Mortimer's kisses.
He's kept him
1,
engaged.
2 down. Aftermoosh burns, and Ember is still running around with that haste rune. They stun the Void. Aaron's gonna get comboed from Zero again. Aaron gets nothing out. He was looking for that big play chrono, baiting them all in. All he ends up doing is just walking in like a creep, gets stunned up, gets killed, and he's gonna pay with that because if this leads into Roshan, that's gonna hurt you a lot.
Well, like he could have definitely chosen there to just get the kill on that Ember Spirit.
Look at this.
Yeah, he's looking for the 4-man, and he's had a couple of beautiful chronos before, but
I love the baiting as well. Like Dawn is moving like in and out. You've got he could have already jumped on the Ember Spirit, but I guess you just wanted to get the Medusa in and Pango dealing out damage on the side. But you're already losing members of your team, and then you're just, okay, well, my jump's on cooldown. Oh, I got stunned. Oh, I'm dead. Like, that's a 6k lead for KBU plus Aegis on the Medusa. This game just got a whole lot better for KBU.
absolutely.
Never mind the BKB timers.
Yeah. That Skadi is just about finished, and that's where, for example, the Death Prophet has a lot more trouble actually staying close to her. Because that's one of the areas they've been putting on top of the Dusa, siphoning her off, having that staying power in front, giving that vision. But, you know, you don't heal all that much when you're getting Skadi'd up.
Pango looking for Ags. Gonna give a bit of an extra pump for that Diffusal Blade. And then once we start looking at the Basher, that's going to be a big powerhouse for the Pangolier. That is very good to have. Like any piece of lockdown in your team plus Chronosphere is a good combo to have. The human brain just kind of it's so much easier to read movements when one guy's sitting duck, and if you see anybody moving around nearby, it's like, oh, I see exactly how this is revolving in my head.
Exactly. You need a pivot point, something that the entire rest of the thing can move around.
Yes.
In your brain.
Bit of poke damage on the tier 3, forced out the glyphs. Both are on cooldown. Smoke up from KBU. They need to push out the waves though. Mid and bottom, they're quite deep in. So TOOBASED is they're expecting this. Triangle scan, though. Let's see if they jump onto the easy camp. Nobody there. Aftermoosh on the high ground. Oh, and he just comes down from it, but he dodges the blink stun from the DK. Good reactions there from Aftermoosh, and good reactions from simply TOOBASED in general, because nobody gets caught.
No, it's just unfair.
They're just going to have to
Oh, no.
try and get to that
found the Void.
BKB on the Void.
The Void's going to be there. Tries to jump out. Looking for the TP. He's trying to get out of there. Cookie stun fails, but the blink stun of the chain is going to be there. And there's your face as Void. Dead for the 4th time this game. Not in for a very hot game 1 for Aaron. At least for now. He's still got the chances to turn things around. Chrono's still good for the team, but these are the deaths that will basically just keep your team waiting for the next fight.
Because it's his BKB that they're waiting for the next time. And they can't really afford to have him die too many times more before this Medusa is going to come to the high ground. Fast
good reactions there.
And less fast reflexes on that Void, unfortunately.
Tier 2 is going to start taking a pummeling. Wards have also been placed down on the side. These are actually TOOBASED wards. I guess they were looking to defend this tier 2 tower, maybe time it with the Aegis fight, but Aegis is still up for 2 minutes, and that tower's already fallen. Your Void was dead during that time. Annihilate heading for the Gleipnir on the Ember Spirit. That's very good against the Pango.
Yep. Absolutely fantastic. And important for him to just stay on that important damage source. Because I do think that if the Pango is disabled for most of the team fight, you are going to have a significant lack of damage over on TOOBASED. So if Annihilate can stay on top of him, then I don't actually think your Dusa can die.
She does feel pretty immortal at the moment. Can also keep that mana shield up now 24/7. No need to take it off anymore. That also spells a bit of trouble for simply TOOBASED, because that's a big mana pool to break through. If only they had a Snapfire with their Faces Void.
Yeah. I've seen that go wrong though as well, where especially with a Void like this who's trying to get corners that are basically too pretty. Like the Snapfire ult doesn't need to be used as often as possible to get the most out of it.
Yeah, true. He's TPing into the bot lane for some more farm. He is about to finish his BKB. TOOBASED, they just need to avoid not taking a fight until it's ready. I was a bit worried there for the Pango and the Tiny. The Pugna and the Tiny just strolling around in this mid lane looking for something. They put down another aggressive ward. This has been spotted, by the way. So now that ward actually pays off because KBU unable to get the surprise jump onto simply TOOBASED, and they most likely have the info on their side as well.
We've reached the critical point in the carry-to-carry matchup, though. Medusa has the BKB as well. She's now officially a full item ahead of the Void. Which is usually where, even if you have a good matchup, a proper counter matchup, you start getting in trouble. And this is not a proper counter matchup.
They're looking for the setup here. Warden is ready to go in, and now the Void shows himself, so they instantly turn themselves around, and they just need the Blink Stun. That's all they need. Aaron's already out of there, though. They forced out the Dragon form. And this ward is really good. This is such a good ward right now because it's the best place to be in. And they're going to go as well. They got the info. They see Annihilate a bit isolated. 2 heroes stacked up as well. And Aaron goes for the Chrono, has the Embrace Spirit, looking for the stun, but there's the BKB. But the Dawnbreaker is going to be providing a lot of healing and keeping the Ember alive. And Annihilate gets a BKB. No. He's going to get out of there. It's going to be TPing all the way back home. And it's going to be fine. He's going to be able to join the fight as well as Realm. Coming in with a BKB. Will take down Pugna. Now forcing out Aframush on the run. Paradise is very low in HP as well, but they cannot get any more stuns because the Avalanche is going to be standing in between, and KBU is still going. Sunlight looking for the aggressive Blink stun, but no target to be found. Aframush Tumbler toy forward, only to catch a stun. They lose vision though. They've got no vision on the high ground, tossing the Medusa to the backline realm. There's no Aegis remaining. Tiny coming with a buyback. Aframush needs to do something with the teleport from Medusa, looking for the bash. No bash for you today. Medusa's going to be going out, and that's a buyback on the Tiny. They will chase the Snapfire, looking for something, anything. They will get one, following the Remnants, and now I think can just play around here. Got no TP for 30 seconds, though. Aaron is just waiting here, like, get over here.
Yeah, and he got him.
Double kill, the first 2 kills for the Faceless Void.
The only reason that tossback is good there is because the Aegis actually timed out in the middle of that fight. If that doesn't happen, then you suddenly got a Medusa on your high ground who is more than eager to just stay there. I wonder if he couldn't have stayed anyway. That is the scary part.
Dawnbreaker providing all the healing. That is 70 heal per second, and it's just enough. Just enough. A couple ticks is all he needed. Able to pop the BKB, jumps out, Remnant, teleport home. Dawn pays with his life, but that's totally worth it.
Yeah. And that is the point where the Medusa actually really likes the Faceless Void Chronosphere, because as long as she's not in that, she loves getting into position, driving a wedge into an enemy team, and just slowly marching forward. And a Chronosphere where the entire team will be grouping in order to put the damage into that Chronosphere, hell yeah, she loves that.
And now we're going to start looking at those damage items. Medusa going for the Butterfly first. Let's see if she decides to go for Daedalus this game. After that, could be a decent item pickup. You could also just go for Hurricane Pike once the Butterfly is ready, and then go for the Aghanims buffs.
Could also still switch out into the Swift Blink if she'd like.
Yeah, Swift Blink could be good.
The Eagle Song first.
Probably you'd just still want to get all the Roche items from, the Axe items from Roche. That's still the best course of action if you're leading in a game and you're playing pause 1 and you haven't bought any piece that your hero really needs. So you can just get them from Roshan. Nico is going to get the Illusion Rune. Very minor skirmish though, just a couple abilities thrown back and forth. And that's our first 30 minutes of play. Medusa with 21,000 net worth, Realm looking to carry his team to victory. Already mentioned earlier on today, he has the all-time non-alchemist GPM record from 2 weeks, actually 1 week ago. 1,255 GPM, and here we go. Or do we go? No, we don't. Waving a hammer instead of your hand.
They're once again fishing on KBU. Nobody wants to bite though. Faceless Void working on his own Scotty. Really needs the survivability from that as well.
Soon going to be an AC up on the DK as well. That's gonna hurt every non-agi hero on the side of Simply TOOBASED. Maybe the Tiny is still okay, but DP would love to get some extra armor. Like you see the plate mail into the Shivas coming up. That AC hurts a bit, and the Pugna is, you know, well, I don't think Pugna's even a hero if he gets focused on in fights. Also free Roshan going for KBU. That's going to be the shard for Medusa. Lost the Aegis. Gonna get our cold-blooded buff. No more tossing. You're gonna get snaked right away.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt.
They don't
You'll
have
still
that much
toss her,
single
though.
target, though. Yeah, you'll still
No,
go
they
for the
don't.
toss.
It is one of their few ways in which they can guaranteed separate that Medusa from her team. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard. Yeah, full butterfly.
I think
This is
what I
quite-
would have... I think what I would have really liked to see from Simply TOOBASED is, you know, as soon as that Roshan pop comes out, just smoke up and fight outside the base. I'm not sure if you can actually hold your high ground against the Medusa push.
You have a Pango, though. Like, I think he can definitely clear ways between the Basher Diffu. He's
Yeah.
going to be pretty good at that. And it will give you time to find an engagement in that choke point. Hopefully, KBU oversteps. And if you fight in the bigger area outside of the Roche pit, you might not get as big of a Chronosphere as you need. Because as much as I've been saying, like, alright, I hope Aaron goes for, like, the smaller Chronospheres now, like, at this point, he kind of needs a big one.
Yeah, you're definitely going to need like a game-saving Chronosphere to win the game for you, and that's also going to be tough for the Pangolier because he needs to sacrifice his life for vision. DP kind of does the same thing. You need to see the heroes. You need to use an ulti to force KBU to overstep, like you said. But I think you won't get that unless you're being the aggressors. KBU's feeling they're slowing down the pace a lot. They're not in a hurry by the looks of it.
No, I think the next time there will be, I mean, I don't want to say in a hurry, but the next time they'll feel pressed to do something is once the Medusa hits level 25. You get the modifiers on the split shot. That is the biggest upcoming timing right now.
And there's the Daedalus. So Butterfly is ready. Daedalus for the extra punch.
Yeah, he's just going to backpack that for now. He's already got a Dragonlance sitting backpacked. Why not? You know, once my Aegis is over, I'll want to have this.
And that's one of the bigger items for the Dawnbreaker. The Aghanim's Healing Pulse plus the evasion against Chronosphere.
Just unfair.
I just don't see how this Medusa or even this Ember Spirit dying anymore, because that evasion, that's kind of forcing you to build an MKB and a Faceless Void, and you're just halfway building a Scotty.
Yeah, and
Too many items.
He already kind of needed to get the evasion piercing because the Medusa has a butterfly. But yeah, he's nowhere near that.
Gotta be careful here. There's the whole team ready to fight and maybe catch the Medusa, but they don't actually see anybody else on the map right now. Completely blind. If only they knew. That was like a small moment they could have actually used for their advantage to blow up the Aegis and then reset. Sadly, we know more than they do. At least vision-wise. I know nothing. I just talk. I just talk. I look good and I talk. That's all I do.
Yeah. I mean, that's 2 more skills than some people.
Let's see what they want to do here. Form is popped. Looking for a bit of damage on the high ground. This tower is going to start taking a pummeling. Aframush, very nice blink toss there, but the BKB forced from the DK. Aframush did bite back earlier on, so that means that this Tiny's going to be completely gone. There's the Chrono, catches the Dawnbreaker only. That is the Dawnbreaker ulti being used as well, though, so basically that Dawn has already given everything she wants, but X basically uses the X, they use the Chronosphere. KBU can just, you know, sit back and relax.
Yeah.
Not a huge loss for them. They're actually going back in. They're like, well, I mean, we don't care.
Yeah, there's only Pango ult.
What can you do?
Here
Rolling
it
Thunder
comes.
does connect onto the DK Sunlight with Realm. Realm still 45 seconds. She is fine with giving the Aegis away, but the DK doesn't survive. Realm is going to get sucked on every direction here. One Siphon, one Drain. Empyrean dies. Faceless Void getting hit as well, and that might just be the end for Aaron.
Yikes.
No buyback as well. There's the Basher to cancel the TPs, though, and Medusa is in a bit of trouble. That is going to be life number 1, though, so good luck bursting through again. That same 2.5 plus 2.3k. Blink stun onto the Pango. Toss coming in from Afromush has already respawned back in. Actually, did get the buyback. Fear does connect onto the Medusa from the Siphon Shard, and Medusa's mana pool is getting dangerously low, but getting more and more. More and more sustainability. Warden will fall again. Another toss from Afromush. They're just really living off of these, and now might just be the time for it. Again, feared from the Siphon, and 1v3ing the situation. Realm is about to drop, and they actually take down Medusa, but no, they will take another dieback. That's going to be the Pugna falling, and another toss into the silence from Paradise. BKB pop. There's a stun from the Basher, and Dawn using her ulti. Oh, her ulti actually breaks because of the Slate being used by the Ember Spirit. I like, does he die to the tower? Woo! Hoo, hoo, hoo.
Not quite. That
Close
was,
attempt.
Yeah. And those tossbacks. Man, that buyback from Afromush really putting him through the paces.
We need that haste rune. Oh, his bottle was in his backpack. There we go. It's a race to the finish line. See who catches who.
If you can.
How do you defusal this guy when he's got a haste rune? And here we go. They got the connection. And the toss comes out. There's a blink stun with the fireball. Iron comes with the buyback. And Pango's going to be in a bit of trouble. Has to swashbuckle onto the high ground. Iron gets another connection from the Gleipnir. And Nico slowly getting burnt down 1 second. Doesn't get the cooldown up in time. And Aaron comes in with the Chronosphere. And it does connect onto the Ember Spirit. And this is a pretty much all in play. He needs these kills. And there we go. Another escape. Iron gets on the low ground. Can he get back up? No, he can't. He's in the trees, though. He will die. And so does the Dawnbreaker as Aaron gets under the jump in. Here we go with the blink stun from the Warden. Cookie stun coming out as well. Do the other damage? Yes, they do. They even use the Mortimer's Kisses just to make sure. Silence comes out from Paradise. And looking for the TP out. Paradise looking for it and is going to be able to get back home. But that's just the DP. You lost everything else. There's a dieback at least as the Ember Spirit falls and the Medusa was dead, but she's coming back up and you're running out of firepower.
Well, at least the Exorcism is back up. This fight has taken long enough that most of the ults that we said, oh, they've been spent on KBU are just right on back in here. And this,
long fight.
This is so close.
It was a very long fight, a very draining fight as well for Simply TOOBASED, but in the end, they get to play this game a little bit longer. Like, it's not a victory that they scored out of this. They just got a bit of extra time for themselves. That just might be what they need.
Exactly. At this point, that is really what matters, because they were staring at Medusa with a full item
Blink stun onto the DP, though.
Oh, no.
Bit of poke. Not able to kill Paradise. This DP is packing a hefty 33 armor at the moment. Plus the 4 from the tower.
That Shiva's finished now.
Afromush could go for another blink toss. There we go. Whee! Right to the tier 4 towers. BKB has been popped by Sunlight. Afromush decrepified for the moment. Realm is slowly dealing some building damage, but has to back out. Afromush, there's no wars to be destroyed here. Blink stun does come out, and there's the saving toss, and Afromush is in trouble. He's dead. No force staff, no nothing. Oh, we're going to get the Rolling Thunder from the Pango. Aaron, 25 seconds until his Chrono's going to be back up. And this Pango's not getting on the high ground, but everybody else is going to go into the Medusa. Medusa now popping and turning around, and Empyrean's about to drop, and that burns the Pugna's feet so much that you're not going to live through it. DP also dropping low, and DP down, and that's going to be MMR Tourist, aka Sunlight, falling as well. The Dawnbreaker jumping back in. Aaron just needs 5 more seconds, but do they have the damage with Nico? 7 seconds for Rolling Thunder, but you can't exactly use that in the Chronosphere, so they're just backing out.
Exactly, they did not have the Death Prophet there. Exorcism barely popped before she died. And the Pugna being dead as well, they don't actually have the damage, even though they managed to isolate out the Medusa very well there in the end. It was
good isolation.
It was a very calculated fight.
You can see Realm gets pushed onto the high ground. There's the Mortimer's Kisses. Pugna with the Crepify getting burnt by magical damage. That's a good combo. Definitely hurts a lot. But yeah, that was a valiant effort from Simply TOOBASED already a couple times. So I think they finally got a hang of this game. And with these tiny tosses, kind of forced movement is maybe their key to victory. Maybe. Yes. It's still a long shot, but maybe. I'm just going to put it out there. Disarmed, dispelled as well by the Manta style. Realm getting back to action. Rolling Thunder BKB used on the Annihilate, though. Simply TOOBASED are pretty happy with this. They're keeping them away, forcing them to do stuff. But that DD rune is also about to run out. But the melee the melee Rax has taken a lot of damage.
Aaron
DD
wants
has run
level
out.
25.
Glyph is there as well, and DP is about to respawn. It's another 50 seconds for Exorcism. Aaron tries to get the slow onto the Medusa. Knows the Mantic's still on cooldown. BKB will drop down the Chrono. Now it's all in. They need to get this kill. They really need this Medusa kill, but the Dawnbreaker coming in with the Aghanim's and saving them for a second, giving them a lot of evasion for the time being. Aaron on the run. Rolling Thunder does connect onto the Snapfire, and the Warden is about to drop first, and that's going to be the first death. Now Medusa out of mana completely. Realm in trouble. They're going to take down the Medusa. That's 2 dead already. 3 about to fall as well. The Dawnbreaker going down, and another toss from Aframouche onto Annihilate. Aaron being healed up by Imperium. The partners trying to keep the void alive. They will. They're going to take down the Ember Spirit as well. It's down to the DK. They've only lost 4. They're going to lose everybody. Simply TOOBASED. They team wipe KBU. They're all dead in this fight. And Roche is up as well. The timing couldn't be perfect. This game is about to turn, Kips.
Oh, that was absolutely incredible. And the worst part is that the fight starts off so bad for them. They throw everything at this Medusa, just walking into this BKB here. Tossing the Snapfire in, gets the extra evasion and heal because they're grouping that up. But then, where they change the targets here, everybody on KBU is trying to deal with this Faceless Void, trying to come back in, but grouping around him just means that the Pango is hitting everybody. In the meantime, the Medusa is just taking percentage-based damage from this super tanky Paradise, who's, yeah, just siphons him, man. He's got so much armor, doesn't actually care.
I can only imagine what is going on in the comms of Simply TOOBASED, because they have Aegis, they have Cheese, they have a Refresher Shard on the Faceless Void, double Chrono is available, double BKB for him is available, and those stuns from KPU might just not be enough anymore for them, because it seems like they're having issues with locking down Simply TOOBASED, because in the long run, they're the ones winning these fights. And now, Midrax going down. They're not going to force the advantage onto anything more. Maybe a tier 2 tower to open up a second lane as KPU's heroes are about to respawn. The creeps will finish off the range racks as Aaron is already making his way towards that tier 2 tower. Double catapult wave as well. And his main Chrono is coming back up, so I wonder if they actually want to stay here, because they could. No extra though for 100.
Yeah, the extra is the only thing that I'm worried about here, but the fact that his Faceless Void has that Aegis on him, they could not bring him down the first time already, especially not with the backtrack being in place now. Look at that drop.
That's a 8% win probability suddenly turned into 44. I think that's more than 44 to be completely honest. I mean, if I could, I'd give both of these teams a 65% chance to win, but it's just mathematically not possible. But that's a massive change in how this game has been going forward. Like Ember Spirit seems like he's kind of running out of tools in these fights. The Dawnbreaker's job is keep the Medusa alive, or keep anybody alive who's being the Chrono target to kind of ulti counter another ulti. I want to see more of this Snapfire blink stunning, though. I think the Warden is now playing a bit safe at the back, waiting for an opportunity to use those abilities. Maybe the Mortimer's Kisses damage, which we talked about, which is very important. But I want to see more of those blink Scatterblast stuns, because they're the ones that are... That's probably one of their scariest weapons that they have.
Yeah, I'm not sure where the opportunities are, though. Like, mostly it's just going to be the Faceless Void in the front line, and he's going to be focusing different targets than the Death Prophet, who will stick to the Medusa like glue. And the other 3 are going to be moving in, out around those 2. So it's going to be rough actually finding that opportunity. I agree with you, though. It is one of the most powerful tools that they have in their arsenal right now, but I'm not sure where to find it. And yeah, it's just...
Let's see if the smoke pays off. Realm's going to be going into the triangle head first. Scan's going to be there, though. And there's the vision applied as well, so they know everything that's going on. Simply TOOBASED can set themselves back for a second. High ground vision versus higher ground vision, I guess you could put in this case, with different levels of eyesight.
Yeah. Now, I wonder now if the Medusa isn't itemizing too defensively, because yeah, you can get a Satanic, you can stay in there, right? But the problem is that the heroes that have been sticking onto you have not been too impressed by your damage already. You're still going to be alone against the world at the end of this fight if you can see how Simply TOOBASED have been playing these. Cleaning up the rest first and just keeping you busy.
They see Annihilate moves away. They see Sunlight in the base. Nico clears out the wave. They haven't lost a single Rex in their base. Like, Simply TOOBASED is looking, you know, pretty healthy in my books.
Yeah.
Surprising that they haven't actually lost a single lane of Rex with all the pressure KBU has been applying right on their doorstep.
It's the tossbacks, man. And specifically the fact that they've been putting the DK in the front lines because they've been scared to put the Deuce out there. Like, if you toss the DK forward, he will actually die. Which we've seen happen several times now, where he has to pop his BKB.
Well, we'll see if this game is a throwback or a comeback as the jump comes out onto the Pugna. Silence onto the Snapfire, forcing the Warden away. Aaron chasing the Snapfire and so knows exactly where to go. Will pop down the Chrono. Will be able to take down one. And there's the buyback coming in from Pugna as well. They're feeling healthy because Realm's already used the gaze. They've got the DP locked down on the stairs. Can they have the damage to take down this DP though? Paradise is very tanky. Cheese is being used as well. Void is very low though. There's going to be the first life gone. And he's still got the refresher. There's still another Chrono that they have probably underestimated. They're all stacked up for 4. Can he get it out though? Annihilate's in the middle. Aaron with a BKB, still waiting for it. Hasn't popped it at all. They're just going to go old-fashioned right-click. Take down Annihilate. Buybacks should be available. And not using it yet. Dawn already did. Dawnbreaker coming back, but that is going to be Sunlight also losing his life. Making it 4. Medusa gets out.
Yeah, she gets out, and again, you can see at the end of the fight there, this Paradise is sticking on top of her, the rest of the fight is taking over to the side, and Medusa is just not in there. The only time she has a chance...
The Chrono comes out, they're gonna catch the Dawnbreaker. Big, important target to kill, and surviving for the time being. Aaron can't get it, dives the fountain, gets hit a couple times,
that was
the
a bad
roots are
idea.
gonna be there, into another, and that's gonna be Aaron down. He wanted that Dawnbreaker, but the Dawnbreaker probably wanted him more. The fountain gets a piece of the action as well, and that's your carry dead. Double refresher, the refresher used, the double Chrono's gone. Oh my, that's still the recap of the last fight as well, here as you can see.
They really need to reposition here on TOOBASED. Several buybacks spent because this Medusa was in a good position at the start, and now we move the fight over to the flank here after this Aegis is done, and I think Sunlight in particular kind of makes this harder for his team as he moves down there into a place where the Medusa simply cannot go. She's body blocked off to the side right now. And suddenly they're on their own on the side here. Versus that respawn of the Faceless Void who murders them.
Now we're back to... I guess we're back to stage 1 again, where Simply TOOBASED is waiting in the base for KBU to arrive and... Sieging for sure.
This is where the Satanic for the Medusa is very good. If she is the only one in front, you can toss her back, she just pops the Satanic, you bring everybody else up.
Decent amount of damage, but still not enough to force KBU out of the base. They're going to finish off their first lane of racks. It takes them some time, able to get it out of the way. And a 4-man smoke. Void's going to be up. Chrono's not going to be up for another 40 seconds.
Yeah, but KBU need to be backing off anyway because the BKB was used on their DK. We've seen before, if he's on the front line, he gets tossed
TP
in.
cancel. Nico with the basher, able to keep the Dawnbreaker on the spot, and that's going to be a pretty important kill for them. Dawn just wanted to cut a wave, but instead gets jumped on by the Pango, and the Tiny just gives a bit of moral support.
And that's exactly the kill that they wanted. They know she doesn't have buyback. This is the kill that Aaron dove the fountain for previously.
Yep. So you see the importance of the smoke now, knowing the Dawn is dead. She did buy back in the last fight. No Aghanim's evasion to help you out on the next Chrono he's going to be landing.
They actually gave the Faceless Void a ward. He's going to jump up, plant it, jump back down again, make sure they have vision of whatever fight they're going to be taking.
Yep, he just put it down. Oh, he misses the Chrono! Ember gets out. Chrono spent. Aaron doesn't get a catch on the Ember. Annihilate too fast.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
That is
quick reaction. You can see here that is a very good jump, but it's just not enough. Annihilate. Also, the ward kind of gave him the reflexes for the animation. If that was like out of fog right next to you, no way you should be able to escape that unless you're predicting it to happen. But yeah, time to notice it coming. Good reactions might just be their savior. They got the kill they wanted. They couldn't get the follow-up they wanted, and KBU feeling vengeful. Smoking up on forward. Dawn's up in 25. That's probably what they're waiting for. Maybe the fight to break loose, and then Dawn respawns during and joins in with her ult.
Yep.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Nobody around, though.
It's very hard for them to find the right engagement. It really just has to be the DK jumping in, but they don't have any vision for that right now. Completely blind. They can guess. They don't wanna.
There is a gem on the DP, so they will see Realm. There's the ping out as well, preparing for it. Already backing themselves away, making sure they get back to safety, but high on their heels is KBU US. They got their way back into the base. 2 minutes for Roshan.
Are they looking to... They might have looked to walk into the base there, but I think they thought better of it at the last moment. They have 30 seconds before Chrono is up again, and I think they're going to risk it on the rush fight instead.
I think Roche is the bigger fight, yeah. That's most likely going to be the next area of battle for both of these teams. 51 minutes, our only best of 3 of the day, and our first map of the entire series. Could
First
be
map of the
anybody's
entire
game.
tour. Yeah. We're going to distance here. Level
Sunlight already
28
popping.
on
Oh,
Medusa.
Aaron has no jump available. BKB used to dodge the stun. That's a very hard target to kill, though. Not the one that they would have chrono up. Lotus Orb toss. Interesting interaction there, because now they've got the Faceless Void on the run, and there we go. They got the connection, but here comes the Aghanim's ult, and Void is getting stunned inside the chrono. Aaron down.
No.
Goes for the buyback, needs to be able to rejoin this fight. Warden falls, Paradise right next to Realm. Realm is tanking the DP and the Exorcism, and then comes the rest of Simply TOOBASED from the side. Nico, look at the connection there. Rolling Thunder in another 13 seconds, but Paradise will fall. Buyback coming in for the DP as well. Tiny gonna get controlled there. Held in place with the root. Here comes the Mortimer's Kisses, and Sunlight waiting for the stun, and looking for a target to stun as well, because it's gonna be the Void. The Void getting caught on the sideline. Can they get the connection? They got the Starbreaker. Does connect as well. The Blink Shatter Blast gonna be there with a cookie. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. That's it. That's it.
No.
Simply TOOBASED have run out of heroes. They don't have anything left to give. They lose 4, and most likely that's going to be the game as well. KPU US in the end take this game 1, because now they're just going to march straight through down mid. GG called.
Oh, incredible. These fights just stand or fall with the Faceless Void, and he did not get the right connections in that one. Nor whatsoever. Ending up on the side of his own Chronos, stunned by all of the errors that he didn't catch. This is why he was being a perfectionist about his Chronos earlier.